Public radio station WETS FM at ETSU is in the midst of their spring fund drive. And this morning we want to welcome Wayne Winkler from WETS to Daytime to discuss how your help can help local public radio provide great programming. Good to see you again, Wayne.
Glad to be here, Chris.
Let's talk about this fund drive. Like I said, it started on the 2nd, going through the 8th.
Right. We're asking our listeners to call and make a contribution to the station. They can also contribute online if they would rather do it that way. But the important thing is that listener support is the most important source of funding we have. It makes up almost half of our funding,
right,
and it's the funding that actually pays for programming, right, so it's very important.
Talk to us about the goals y'all have set for this fund drive.
Well, it's hard to set goals. We kind of got set back
right
by the COVID like everybody else, and we're hoping to raise $100,000, if not this week, before the end of the fiscal year in June. So we're hopeful that we can raise most of it this week.
And your programming is great. First of all, I listen to WETS a lot. But has programming costs gone up for you all over the
programming
past few years?
Costs go up
yes,
about 3.5% to 4% every year.
Right.
So we don't see that similar increase in our federal grant or in our state funding. So the only place we can make that up is with listener support.
And let's talk about it. I know everybody has their favorite shows on public radio, but your contributions can you can actually break it down and show you your favorite program, how much your contribution is going to help, how many hours of that programming you're going to
get. Right. When we look at the cost of a program like Morning Edition, it's pretty expensive,
right,
but you can take an hour of that for around $20.
And of course, there's some favorites. I think All Things Considered, $56 supports 1 hour of that. That's $56. And if you're listening to All Things Considered, and I know there's big fans out there, that's a small price to pay to be able to turn your radio on and listen to that.
It is. We ask people to compare the cost of something like Netflix or
right,
their internet cost,
right,
or their telephone charges. How much do they use public radio, and try to make a contribution to the station that's similar to that.
You've been with WETS for a long time.
Long time, yes.
When did you first start?
I started in 1978.
Wow.
I was just a baby.
That's fantastic. And over the years, you've seen many changes, and the cost increase is one of those changes.
Cost increase is a big part of it. The technology has changed, yes, and that goes along with the cost.
And fundraising goes toward keeping up with that technology.
That's right. Well, that's right.
When people think about public broadcasting, I think a lot of people have a certain impression. They have a certain preconceived idea, but there is so much great programming on public radio.
A lot of diversity. There are programs that reach a lot of different interests.
Right.
On the weekends we have music programs that
right,
I think people will enjoy. So all I could say is give it a try. We're at 89.5 on the FM dial,
right,
and online at WETS.org.
And that's one thing. A lot of folks are consuming their radio via live streaming now.
That's right.
So you got to keep up with that technology, program costs, so many good reasons to help out WETS.
Right. When you listen online, you find that we have actually 4 different signals.
Great. So you get a menu of change there as well.
That's right.
All right. Wayne Winkler, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank
today.
you very much.
Hey, folks, if you want to get involved, it's going on right now, the Spring Fund Drive for WETS FM. It's going on through April the 8th. They would love for you to get online. Go to WETS.org or give them a call at that number right there on the screen.